In September 2000, I was diagnosed with mild to moderate rheumatoid arthritis, and spent about a year looking for treatments of rheumatoid arthritis which would not involve drugs and which would be based on some sort of diet therapy. Sometime in 2001, I found out about Dr. McDougall and his starch-based diet. And sometime in 2001, I started on the McDougall diet. Perhaps about 10 years ago, a YouTube video was made of me, and at that time I spoke about the challenges I had, how I was diagnosed, and so gave a bit of a history of my diagnosis and my search. So that's all there. Since that time, there has been some interest in people ask me, well, we haven't heard from you, and how exactly are you doing? Has this lasted? Have you relapsed? Just where are you in your life? So now, some 14 years after I adopted the McDougall diet, and to clarify, I adopted the McDougall diet 100%. I'm not a 95%er or a 90%er. It's 100% because my motivation is never to experience the pain that I experienced before that time. So I have been for 14 years basically 100% on this starch-based, plant-based diet, never diverging. And the results have been spectacular in that I don't really remember what it was like to be so sick with rheumatoid arthritis. Because I am so careful, I am experiencing a wonderful state of health. How does that manifest itself? For me, I describe it as every day I wake up, I'm full of energy, I'm full of optimism, my body just feels good. And I feel that most of the time I can just jump and run about if I'm of a mind to. I can walk as much as I want, and nothing restricts my movement. And in case I forget what it is like, every now and then I meet with someone who is suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, and who, I'm thinking of one case that came to my attention recently, someone I tried to help, but who ultimately refused to change her diet, and even with the heavy drugs that she is on, is completely crippled in terms of bent over completely and experiencing constant severe pain in her life. So in case I forget what it was like, it comes back to me in the form of other people. So my life is a very fortunate one, and I appreciate and am grateful every day for the wonderful just feeling of health that I experience. People have asked me if there is any possible drawback to the McDougall experience, the McDougall diet. Again, I've been very successful over the past 14 years, but there is one that I readily share with others. I think it takes a certain personality for someone to adopt a diet which is so completely different from the way the majority of North Americans eat. As an example, when I look around at my family or people that I know, and when they want to lose weight, the first thing they opt for is a variation of the Atkins diet. And so I know many people who are very close to me, who believe that the best thing to do is to eat as much protein, animal protein as possible, eliminate all the carbohydrates, and have salads and things like that to go with it. But carbs have become a very dirty word. And so people who are very close to me and have seen the health that I enjoy actually do the opposite of what I am doing. This can be fairly discouraging, even though it doesn't get me down. It's sort of, it doesn't matter what I've done, they certainly won't do it. So I guess that's a rather humbling experience. It doesn't bother me over much, but I always shake my head and say, do they think such a way of eating is only for someone like me? Or, I guess that's what they think. So that's one thing. That's really not all that serious. The other thing that can be a potential problem is that I eat so differently from everyone at all times that I am unfortunately at times the center of attention. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes I can be a bit of a problem for others, whether I am going to their house to eat. They sort of become terrified. Oh, there's nothing, I don't have anything for you to eat, Phyllis. Or, in a case where we go on a trip together, or even just plain traveling. And I think lastly, from a social or cultural point of view, yes, it is difficult, and I will be honest, it is difficult to always be eating differently. Some people actually get insulted when they invite you and they've prepared things that they think are very good and you don't eat any of it. So these are all things that I think it's something that you need to know if you're planning to go on the diet. As far as I'm concerned, there's no choice. It's not just for rheumatoid arthritis. This is a wonderful diet for health. I cannot speak more highly of the work that Dr. McDougall and others like him are doing. They are spreading a message which is all too difficult to hear in this protein-based, no-carb-based world we're living in. But having heard the message, I completely and wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone who has the chance to hear about it.